Today I'm going to tell you a story. Suppose you are a very, very rich man or a very, very rich king. You have the entire estate in town as your property, and you have 2 children. Now, one day you call them into a meeting and say, hey, children, one day I'm going to pass away from this earth. But I want you to know that everything I have here belongs to you. Everything I have here belongs to you. The cars, the properties, and the father showed them everything, put them on paper and said, this is your inheritance. This is what you have. All right. So, which means when I'm no longer here, you are the one that is next in line to inherit all of this. Now, in our modern day world, that is what we call being an heir or being an heiress. All right. Which means whatever the father has or whatever your parents have, you have. Part of that is given to you to say, okay, you can take this house here in Park Lane, you can take this house here in Turkey, you can take this yacht here, you can take this plane here. All those things are codified and made. The person is aware that one time he or she is going to step into that inheritance. Now suppose the father dies and these 2 children now are left to take advantage of what the father has already told them that belongs to them. Right. Now, let's paint this picture. The first child wakes up in the morning with a sense of confidence, goes about the daily business, and began to take advantage of everything that the father left him or her. This child goes in there, engage with suppliers, talk to them, carry a consciousness of ownership that everything belongs to me. While the other child spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, praying and praying and praying and saying, oh Lord, oh Daddy, will you give me? Will you give me? Oh Lord, will you give me? Why won't you give me? Should I fast? Should I cry? Should I run? Should I go to the mountain and spend, 100 days fasting here, 200 days fasting there, and just saying, will you give me? Will you not give me? Why don't you give me? Please give me. Question: which one of these 2 children will bless the father's heart? If the father were there, which one of them? Will it not be the one that took advantage of what belongs to him or her, who carries a consciousness that this actually belongs to me, therefore I just go there and take it? The Bible says in the book of John chapter 1 verse 12, as many as received him, he gave them the right, the power, the authority to be called the children of God. So if you have received him, you have the right, the authority to be called a child of God. And who is God? The King of the universe. Who is God? The owner of all things. So this idea that you have to beg God to get something is the mentality of slavery. This idea that you have to beg God and beg God and beg God, and God is actually turning his back at you until you beg, you will not get what already belongs to you based on what Christ died for you to have, is a slavery mentality. And when you have a slavery mentality, you are not making the heart of God happy. So as you go out today, I want you to carry an ownership mindset. You are a child of God, not a slave or a servant of God. God bless you.